Welcome back to Brothers in Boots. My name is Mike.
My name is Jeff.
And today we have the long-awaited, much-anticipated, always asked for, not done in one video, some of Mike's collection. Specifically, stuff I do actual work in, like things that I do not want to worry about the boots at all, that if I got to walk in 12 inches of mud and wet concrete, I will. So we'll start with Jeff. What you drinking?
This is an oldie but goodie. I had like 8 bottles of it. I think I'm down to like 3. This is a old Scout pick that I did in like 2014. It's a 10-year-old. It's a low rye, which is very rare for picks, and is 101.4 proof.
And then I have, and I have the bottle with me, but I have the glass. This is a 7.5-year Dark Arts specialty. It is a 58.73%, and it is finished in French oak staves.
Nice.
Yep. You can always tell because Dark Arts, if they have the wooden topper, it is one of their regular releases, but their specialty ones have like this like glass topper with a like old English style D on top of it. So this is the red label, and of the red label, this is one of the two. I've actually had both of them. They did the French oak stave, which is this one, and then they did another one which was I can't remember. It's some kind of oak cask. That one was a little bit better than this one, but this one's still quite good. Anyway, starting off, so like I said, these are boots that I, if it's, torrential rain, hurricane, tornado, wet cement, I know I'm going to do something really fucking stupid in. This is what I pick. These are these. And I'll even talk about what I wear them for each one and whatnot, right? So starting off, and this is actually, I think at this point, with the ones that I've sold, this might be, come on, camera, don't do that shit. Come on now. This is actually the oldest pair of boots I own, and the camera just doesn't want to fucking focus. So there we go. This is a pair of whites in cinnamon wax flesh. This has been what was this? I can't remember if this was completely resold by Frank's or just the heel was fixed by Frank, but Frank did have to fix these. These had a couple problems under the bed. They weren't a full rebuild, so like the cinnamon wax flesh wasn't redone or anything. Ironic. That is actually back when Trinity Handmade still did the kilties and had not sent them to Dale to start the kiltie business, which is 4 years now, maybe 5. This is actually a Shinky Pony kiltie, one of the last run of some very thin Shinky Pony he had. This is like leather jacket thickness. So had it around, looked good in it, always used it. These are a special run guarded goods. I can't even remember what fucking leather this is. It's a Horween. I think it's like an Illumini. But yeah, so cinnamon wax flesh. It is a 2-row cap toe, completely soft toe. It is 2 rows. We talked about kind of like the crunchy or the like gritty. This is, cinnamon wax flesh. Rolled well over time, so especially in the toe area, you can see where it's just, this looks like a hairball, for lack of a better term. Also, if you notice, like right here, cinnamon wax flesh, great for catching dog hair. That's a white German Shepherd hair right there that is not wanting to come. There it goes, come free. So, yep, 2-row.
Long cinnamon wax.
Yeah. This isn't a particularly great pair of cinnamon wax flesh, unfortunately. My 2 boots at this point do not match in color. So they do both look slightly different shades of brown at this point. I don't know if I have 2 different hides from whites or what exactly happened there, but they are not perfect matches. Cardinal Sin did the cinnamon waxed roll top. As you can see, looks like poop. Ages like poop, kind of looks like turd ring, to be entirely honest. This is, once again, things you learn, right? Like, it's the, white style. Obviously, I don't know if I had these at the data center, but they might have been a data center once. That looks like a data center cut there. But yeah, so these are mostly used in wet weather. Anytime it's wet outside, this is what I wear, which is why the edges look so weird, because they get fixed on a fairly regular basis. If I remember right, I think this is Toconol and Pure Polish at the moment. I was trying to see if maybe the pure polish wax held up a little better in the rain, and so far it does. I was looking for a Lincoln Wax alternative when my Lincoln Wax can ran out. You can tell where Frank's fixed the heel because see this really nasty like wedge looking shape in there? That's part of where the heel was fixed. So this was like a very severely unbalanced heel. So, yep. Like I said, soft toe, Cinnamon Wax flesh flows. 6-inch boot, standard 4 eyes, silver, 3 speed hooks, 1 top. White's pull tab. So whatever this batch is, you can tell it's a little thinner batch of Cinnamon Wax flesh. I don't know what the specific weight on this one was, but this is ordered in 2020, I want to say. This was a Black Friday 2020 delivered in early 21, I think. Or it was a 2019 delivered in 2020.
That you use for a pair of boots that you use for just jumping around, those being wax flesh, those things look incredible. I mean, they look smooth.
Yep. Yeah, they've done pretty well so far. Like I said, the other one is, I just grabbed the left boot because it was the easier one to grab. The other one, like in the shaft area, especially like right here, is real crunchy and fuzzy. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've got from 2 different hides because the wax thickness is not consistent. You can kind of see like where it's real fuzzy, like right up in this area, and there's a lot more like drift and stuff. That it's like this area over the whole other boot. So I mean, like I said, wax flesh doesn't cut super, as I specifically point out with my finger, a cut in the leather. It does a pretty good job of not getting 2 cuts. Like this is actually cut in through the fuzzy into the grain. Same with this right here. This is actually cut through, like this is into the grain there. So like obviously you can't just wax over that. I mean, fill the void with wax, I guess, but I don't know why you would. But yeah, so mostly used for wet weather, which is kind of why it kind of looks, I don't want to say moldy, but like these black spots under here, that's not like staining from the nails, that's just from walking in water and stuff. But I try to kind of keep the edges not looking like crap since I use this a lot in wet weather, which has been getting a lot of use this summer because of we've gotten a shitload of rain here. Now the funny thing about all this is the white stitching has not stained very bad, even though the leather has in spots, which is very fucking shocking. And as you can see, one of those screws has a little bit of rust on it as well. I don't know how the white stitching has held up so well and stayed white. Mystery of the universe, I guess. Especially when, like I said, that top right screw's got a little bit of rust on it. Kind of comes through on camera a little bit. So yeah. Wet weather boots.
Unless most of your wet rain is dirt, the rain is keeping it clean.
That's a good possibility too. Now, one thing I am noticing is it looks white and vibrant on camera, but like looking at it with my eyes, especially like right here in this area, it is quite a bit more dirty in person on some of these stitches right here. It's like you can't tell, like this stitch right here is almost completely broken through, but you can't hardly see it on camera. But that stitch is frayed in multiple spots. So if I put my finger next to it, if you can kind of see where it's frayed, but yeah. So once again, wet weather boots, most of what they're used for. This is a 6.5 double F from White's with a factory stretch. White's last is a little bit, at least the way they go about their pattern is a little bit narrower, just like Frank's, or just like, God damn it. White's and Nick's, I am a little tighter in the waist area on than Frank's. The slight differences in their pattern make their last just a smidge more narrow. Like a couple of the Nicks that I've sold to David have fit him a little bit better because he doesn't have as high of an instep as I do. So it's worked out well for him. So, yep. Whites in the cinnamon wax flesh, mostly used for wet weather. Next is an interesting one. These are, it's not what these started as. These are a pair of rainiers. They started as ground pounders originally with black Seidel and now Law bison with toe cap. These have been rebuilt twice, resold once. This is my original order from Frank's. I ordered these at the same time that I ordered the medium brown Wilshires. And these were kind of my original work boot. They're cut top, pull loop, 8-inch, hooks and eyes where it matters, and silver. They were originally a white Vibram, the Christie, twice, and then they became this when they became a Rainier. Ooh, man, when did I do that? Clearly, as you can see, there's a cut there. I don't remember what that's from. Because it goes up into the upper a little bit. I don't know what I did there. So there's cut in these from something. It's also a pretty nasty gouge there too. I don't know what I did there either. I don't look close to my work boots, so I'm finding stuff in real time with everybody else.
Bison also hides it, so there's that.
Yeah. See, that's actually kind of a nasty cut there. I don't know what I did there.
It is. It's huge.
Well, no, this small one. Oh, well, you're right. It is huge. I don't know what I did to that because my finger goes well into that. I don't know what I did there. As you can tell by the uppers in the sewing, like obviously these have been rebuilt a couple times. Like you can kind of tell where the uppers a little chewed up. It might survive one more rebuild. But yeah, looks like I did something there too, and maybe there. Yeah, so like I said, these obviously concrete style work. Like anytime I'm doing stuff on concrete, the original ground pounders were used a lot in like mowing the lawn and shit. But guess what? If you're gonna do this, the sand, which is this guy here, this particular one, this is the sand color, or the white Christie, do not use for yard work. You will never get those grass stains out, ever. Like it doesn't work. The Christies were so fucking nasty. I mean, you can tell, like, I've got some shit embedded in here. It's not from yard work. I think I was doing leveling dirt for concrete, if I remember right. But yeah, like, so these dirt stains, they won't come out. So like I said, work boots, you know, they do what they do. I have a kind of a little weird gait, so like, you know, this is why I kind of like worn in the toe area a little bit more than the heel area. As you can tell, like the heel's obviously like flaking from walking, but like usually this oil resist wears off quickly. But for whatever reason, in this pair, the way it's balanced, I've worn the toe. Like that toe, as you can tell, is like actually rough to the touch, whereas the oil resistance is still there, which is usually weird. These did get converted to a rainier. I don't wear these quite as much as another pair, so we'll get to that here in a minute. But yeah, mostly, like I said, if I feel like I'm doing a lot of concrete, doing stuff, moving bricks around, I don't know, anything I feel like I'm going to be less on ground than concrete. Like I said, Seidel oil tanned. This is a funny story. Black Shinky T-Core Trinity handmade kilties with gray laces. Gray.
Well, you have the
laces.
nicest kilties.
It's funny, in a pair of work boots. Once again, it's jacket thickness, so it's super fucking thin. It was like something that was a good combination. It's like you can see the brown coming through in it. It's T-Core, so yep. So, the more hated part of my collection. Here we go. So these are what would get worn more often than those. These are a full rough out with a lovely JK logo. These were originally JKs. They were fucking terrible. These were the ones that I could bend from day one and touch the shafts and stuff. So these are rebuilt by Frank's. I don't remember how long ago. I don't care for these as much. As you can see, they don't have a ton of use on the bottom either. Just overall, like you could tell, you notice how the pattern has no fucking flow to it. Like it's obvious, like it's two different patterns coming together, right? Like look at how the heel cap just doesn't line up with the top or anything. It is a 2-row stitch. I think it was originally a 4-row toe cap, if I remember. Oh, you know what? No, what it was? This was a pair that was supposed to have a toe cap. That I paid for a toe cap, and JK didn't put the toe cap on it, so they made this second pair I'm about to show for free that was also rebuilt by Frank's. Whatever edge dressing I put on it fucking clearly came off. I've sanded it to fix it, never finished it. I just don't care much for these boots. As you can tell, there's some stitching problems in the uppers. Like fucking shit got chewed the fuck up. And I don't remember if Frank they had to do something. As you can see, there's a line there, a spotted line in the center. They had a problem, and they had to like make a relief in it to essentially fix a sewing problem that you can tell clearly exists here, because that was like the original sew line from JK that's just holes now, and then there's where Frank's like put it in the right spot. Not supposed to be that video, but like we're getting there. Like, I mean, I'm sure under here the fucking transitions, just lovely too.
Last episode, you said you didn't have any jagged kilties, but look at that.
Oh yeah, I guess this is a jagged kiltie, huh? Oh, like I said, I don't look at the work boots as much the same way. Like I said, these had quite a few hours as a JK, as you can tell by the upper. Like, it's very, very flexible and malleable. I really did try to make these work as long as I could before they got redone. It just kind of is what it is. As you can kind of tell from above, like, they did the best they could with. This is one of the ones where, like, you see how they come together there. It worked out. Like I said, they work. This is the pair, and one other pair I'm about to show gets a lot of yard work in it. You can kind of see the dust. You can see a little bit of the like kind of green from the mowing. I've sanded it off recently. Looks like I didn't quite get all of it off there at the back, but it is what it is. When you mow in natural, this shit's gonna happen. Like it's just reality.
I haven't done my own yard in forever, but
No.
I always had a dedicated pair of boots because they turn green.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you could kind of see it in the rough out there. Like you could see pieces. Like there's literally a fucking piece of grass right there. But yeah, so like I said, yard work stuff. These probably have so many hidden cuts and gashes and fucking bumps into stuff. Like kind of shocking with the bison pair I just showed. Because by the way, most of my lugs are going to be white X's. If you know. It's Kansas. It's right. Fucking negative winters. Like you're not going to do something like a red X or a regular here. You're going to kill yourself in the winter, because these rough out boots are what I use for snow. So, kind of the same story. So go ahead.
I don't have any regular V100s left.
Yeah. No.
And I don't have any reds.
No.
So it's just honey and white X.
Yep. So same thing. This is kind of the boot that was supposed to fix the problem with the other one. As you can tell, this one gets used a lot more with the fact that, like, I haven't fixed the edge dressing and it's not natural. They're supposed to be brown. If you look at the back, it's supposed to be brown. It says here and I don't know what the fuck I do to do this, but like anything I do, if everyone wonders why I do natural so much, for whatever reason, this happens to every pair of my boots on just the outside. In just this spot. I have no fucking idea what causes that, but if you wondered why I always do natural, this is why. This piece always happens too.
Both sides?
No.
Both boots?
No, yes, both boots.
Outers?
Yes, both outers, yes. Both inners, it only happens like right here in this area. I have no idea what causes it. But it's like that on both pairs.
I would guess that you're rubbing up in your vehicle against your carpet.
I actually don't usually wear these in the truck, so I usually take them off before I drive. Just because these are usually nasty. As you can tell, like you see this really dark, nasty color, like that's all yard. It's all yard clippings and weed eater in there. If you wonder why it's like green tint, that's what it is. It's like all yard clippings and shit like that. These are the ones I often shovel snow in too. So like that's like what that kind of staining is under there. That's like from fucking salt right there. But yeah, why they're different colors, I'm not entirely sure. Because Frank's would have did this part. I think I just got like 2 different colors of chocolate or something. And then obviously, like I said, you could tell besides that part right there. I don't know what caused that either. That's probably the mower there, if I had to guess. Because it makes sense with this notch there. It's probably the mower, like one of the metal panels on the mower. But as you could tell, like I could probably grab a suede brush and stand it back up to the same brown color, but you can tell the colors are too different because this side gets beat up way more. This is also some green staining that causes this lightness. But as you can tell, the stitching in this pair is way better. Wasn't near as much to fix in this particular one. This is Seidel Redwood. Never get this leather. This shit compared to the regular Seidel is so stiff and nasty for no fucking reason. Like you can just kind of tell, like it's just not Like, look how it folds over itself. Like, and it's not just JKs. Like, everyone that runs this Red Dog Seidel, or just not Red Dog, Redwood. Red Dog's different color. Redwood Seidel. Same shit. It's always stiff and just not particularly awesome leather. As you can tell, I've got some very nasty grain breaks. That's not like a cut or anything. That's actually a grain break there. That this is a hide scar. That is, I did not do any of these.
Do you wear jeans that cover up the counter?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Maybe that's why the counter looks different.
No, my jeans don't cover the counter cover down here. Not really. My jeans usually stop right about here. So, but I meant like these are just imperfections in the hide. Those, I did not do those. Well, okay, I lied. I did this. This is me. I think that was a chainsaw, if I remember right. But the rest of this is imperfection. So
another jagged kilty there.
Yeah. This one is a jagged kilty. It's the other one too. Yeah. So it's also redwood, as well. So, but yeah. You know, like I said, there's a couple areas that like they had to kind of fix some stuff where the stitching was, but this pair overall was executed quite a bit better. So, but yeah, like I said, most people notice my work boots are all gonna lean more towards the 8-inch mark. They're generally going to be stuff I don't have to worry about near as much. So this is yet again another White X. Oh hey, there's a rock in there. Like I said, you see kind of like this is buildup of the salt shit you put down on your drives. Anyone that's on like the East Coast or any area where you have to salt your driveways in the winter, you'll know. And because my driveway's half dirt gravel, that salt gets this kind of nasty color in it from that. That's what that is. So
I prefer a 8-inch for work as well.
So
the only exception to that is when it's snowing. When I'm going out just for the purpose of shoveling, it's just a pain, and it's more of a pain to lace the extra 2 inches. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to get in and out of the snow like 6 times a day.
Mm-hmm. Well, and your guys' stuff.
I should probably be wearing a pair of engineers for that.
I'm getting there. I do have that because my yard work and snow shoveling's actually been taken over by another pair. But with they have their plus and their minuses, but the biggest reason I always wear 8-inch, especially when snow shoveling, is just a difference. So for most of you guys on the East Coast, you can get down to the ground when you shovel. Here in Kansas, there's an inch layer of ice under that shit. Like, you're not getting it all the way down the ground. So you'll snow shovel, salt, and then shovel again in a couple hours once the ice breaks up enough that you can break through it with a shovel. And what happens is the ground here usually stays warm enough to keep that solid layer mushy enough that when it gets cold overnight, it freezes into a solid ice block.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's wild.
Yep.
I mean, we get a lot of ice here, way too much ice, but we don't get ice underneath our snow. I mean, if we actually get snow, it's snow.
No, what happens is the snow layer will melt and make that ice block in the bottom. So
that's wild.
Yep. Now for probably my most hated pair of boots, and Jeff is going to kind of understand why a little bit. Fucking zucchini.
Oh.
So this is actually going to be Horween's Montana bison. As you can see, look at the dust on them. These do not get worn a lot. If you ever get the 10-ounce zucchini again, for anyone that is dumb enough to go down this path, don't do it with a fucking wedge sole. That is like the combination of how do I have a cast. So these started as I can't remember if these were originally zucchini ground pounders or zucchini rainiers. They're rainiers now.
Ground pounder.
Yeah, they're
Ground pounder.
Yeah, they're rainiers now. They got rebuilt with Montana bison. Oh, funny story. I didn't mention it because the same thing kind of happened with these. Wow. Ugh. I don't know what I did in these last time. Definitely very clearly carried these into the house. Didn't walk through the house in those. Part of the reasons these have an extra rebuild on them isn't just to make them rainiers. The original bison had some kind of grain marks, like the original Seidel black oil leather had some grain marks, kind of like the JKs I showed. And the fucking 85-pound German Shepherd's nail, she stepped on my foot getting scared from a sound and put a small enough of a hole in that grain that started, fraying out over time, and they weren't waterproof anymore. So they got rebuilt once for that reason, and then they got rebuilt to rainiers later. So I took the opportunity to do some side adjustments when I had the tear in the upper anyway. So. But yeah, so the zucchini was having some of the same problems because I also had the zucchini toe cap. And so, which is funny too, because Art's actually had issues with this Montana bison in his I'm just going to call them Wilshires. I don't know what the fuck they are. They're an H&W last of his. He's actually had separation with the at the toe cap area where it's torn as well in his. Kind of like I had with the zucchini in the toe cap. Hadn't had the problem with these as much. Like I said, they're definitely better now. Like I said, this upper area, this upper area is still like fucking, stiff shit. Like I'm putting some effort into making that happen. Like it's some stiff shit. This probably would have been fine in a Commander or something with not a wedge sole, but obviously this has a wedge sole. Yeah.
I still love my zucchinis, but you're right. It's a stiff.
If I had done anything but a wedge sole. The other thing is like the like now going back in it, I would do it in that fucking beautiful Badalassi Pueblo Emerald that I have that jacket in. Like the zucchini looks fucking plain and normal compared to that beautiful shit. But yeah, like I said, the Horween
Badalassi. That green Badalassi they have now is surprisingly close to zucchini.
Yes. So I think did they get the waxy emerald that just came out, or is it the Emerald Pueblo? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
It's one of the two, because emerald is an interesting color. In the Italian, it's called botalinga, because that's actually what my jacket's made out of. Botalinga and the sapphire, they did not do in the waxy. They only did in the Pueblo and the Minerva. And now they actually do the sapphire and the botalinga or the emerald green in the waxy color, which waxy was always 3 colors short, which they do in all the whole suite now.
They say it's Minerva.
Oh, is it Minerva? Okay, so it's the completely smooth stuff. But yeah, no, it's going to almost be identical color. Like I said, this Horween Montana bison isn't bad. Like it's here, let me make it a little not fucking dusty, Mike. As you can tell, it's got some texture and stuff to it. It's a nice dark forest green. It's a cool enough leather. The leather's fine. It just has the one fatal flaw of being a wedge sole. No one can say, Jeff included, that I haven't given the wedge sole a good old fucking college try. And I can determine it still sucks absolute fucking dick. So
I'm still thinking about doing it, but I'll probably regret it.
No. Like I said, it's this is a tongue colored roll top, back heel stay. Obviously, I only do pull loops on anything that's 8-inch. And at this point, I honestly don't think I'd even do a pull loop on an 8-inch. I think I just grab the 2 sides and pull. Personal preference. This is a.
That's where I'm at. I don't like.
Yep. This is a unique one. So this kiltie is The Green Autumn X Harvest from Tasman that went out of business in 2020. This is a color Dale ran, so anything that Dale's ever ran of it's from a tannery that's been defunct long before he ever had it. He gets the excess from Maverick leather. Doesn't exist anymore. It's cool leather. It's a complete Miltan style product. It's obviously on the back. Great backpack leather. It's super flexible and whatnot. Doesn't kind of keep the nicest looking shape. Like, it's not really a good kilting material because it kind of looks nasty over time. But yeah. So Rainier 55 last, wedge sole, usual shit. And then on to the final boy, and this is an interesting one. So everyone's seen these before, but they haven't seen how much wear they've gotten. The Wescos in the oil tanned Latigo. Oh shit, did I fucking cut these too? Oh no, it's just oil splotch. It's like, god damn, I didn't notice a cut on those either. It's just an oil splotch. That's cut. Anyway, yeah, so like they've, as everyone can tell, they've gotten quite a bit worn. They've been in the data center. They still have the Bob Hendersons in them. You can see how much I've worn them by how shiny the top of the Bobs are. Those do not come shiny like that. It's all walking in them. But yeah, so, what'd I do there? That's an actual scuff. Yeah, so I pretty much anything I do, you can tell I mowed the lawn in them recently. You can see kind of the green hues on there. But yeah, mow the lawn in these bad boys. It's kind of whatever the fuck. They've kind of become the catch-all. I do whatever the fuck I want to do in them. You can see some of the oil stains and stuff from the, not great Wesco work on this pair, which is funny because the blue engineers I have in the Shinky came out absolutely fucking amazing. I don't know how this pair got done so different, but yeah. So like I said, as you can kind of see, I've taken off. This one didn't get token old. It only got waxed. And it's probably due to be stripped and token old. I don't know what the fuck I did to that there. Bumped it into something. This is a soft toe. Clearly I've been rubbing it into something. Maybe that's like a gas pedal or something. I don't know. Oh, you know what? It's probably the lever on the mower. It's probably the range deck on the mower. I bet that's what that is. But yeah, I think you kind of see the kind of lump. Wescos are interesting because most Wescos, if you see people's videos, they don't just go like left to right the way their last is set up. They kind of get this kind of angledness to them. It's common to see in the Wesco lasts. It's like a little fertilizer stain or something. But yeah, as you can tell, they've done their job. Doing pretty decent so far. Sticking up well enough. That's from the data center. The other one that I don't have does have a cut from the data center. Because, the data center, that actually might be what that's from too. Because, the data center just loves to cut shit. But as you can kind of tell, they've really gotten rolled up on this side here. That is not coming through on the camera very well. There we go. You kind of tell the flap is getting rolled up real hard. Like I can kind of pull it down with my fingers. You see me kind of pulling it down. But yeah, they've kind of just gotten a little bit of everything. They've gotten wet. They've gotten yard work. They've gotten just kind of whatever. They've been in the data center. They're kind of, I just don't give a shit. They've been washed a couple times from me like getting shit in the soles. Which didn't look like I got all of everything out last time, but whatever. It works. I don't know what the fuck that is. Something. But yeah. They've done good so far. I mean, they're quick, easy. They'll they did do one snow shoveling this year, but they've mostly done yard work, dirt work, data center, a couple airports, so on and so forth. But they'll keep getting used. If I immediately think anything's like, that's sketchy as fuck, this is what I've been grabbing recently. If it's not one of the rough out pairs. If I feel like it's going to be like lots of sharp shit, I'll grab a rough out pair. But yeah. Only thing I don't like about these so much is like, Dr. Souls already get canted a little bit towards the interior. These got canted a little harder, so the edge has rolled over like really, really hard in these. As you can kind of see right there. Like it's rolled up like a lot already for a pair that, probably isn't even at 700 hours. So, but yeah. It does get all the rough, nasty shit though. Like if it's something that's like, man, that looks like that's going to be dumb. This is the pair that gets it. So yeah, like so they worked out pretty well so far. Engineers are pretty good for that kind of stuff. Like you can tell, like I grind the toe against stuff, as you can see all the little like swishy swish marks that are from like whatever the fuck it's bumped into. I think that's wet dirt or something. A little bit of grass staining stuff there, but yeah. So they have gotten the majority of the stuff this year. Oh, you know what? I think the dark stuff here is when I was spraying for army worms. Might be what that was. So, yep. And those are the Mike work boots. I mean, like I do like work in all my boots, but like the stuff that's like, oh, come on, camera, don't do this shit. You can do it. Maybe. There it goes. That all the stuff that, I feel like I'm going to do something really dumb, stupid. Like, I might be getting something corrosive on this. These are the pairs. They gets the acid baths. So, I guess I could have made my face bigger in this. I probably should have done that. Oh well. It's kind of like we did in the last one. Oopsie poopsie is what it is. But yeah, like so those are mostly my work boots. Obviously my collection is bigger than this. I picked something I thought that'd be easy, fun, and kind of goes, as you can see, my work boots tend to lean more towards lug soles, and unfortunately wedge soles that probably need to be changed to something else. But so I got 3 lugs, 1 Wesco, or 1 Dr. Soles, 2 wedges in that lineup. But yeah, that's that portion of the collection. What I've been wearing recently a lot is these bad boys. These are my Tahura Dalium. It's the name of them all. Tahura Daliums in blue Shinky Horseye. As you can tell, Shinky is not a great mock toe material. As you can see how kind of like nasty this area is getting. That's just because the Shinky is really just not meant to bend that way. It's not a great choice for mock toe. This is not Shinky marbling like you would think it is. This is like striation lines that aren't just as nasty as the eternal ones. It's all supposed to be smooth like this panel. But yeah, that's what I've been wearing recently. I mean, you can kind of tell the tongue is getting the business there. There's no kilty in these. This is just a fucking I don't need to worry about the tongue. It's fucking 8 ounces. So I did have to cut the tongue in a spot on both the sides because there's like a roll that wasn't flattening here that was just bothering me. So I just finally cut it with a knife. Dog nail there. But yeah, that's what I've been wearing. How nasty are these going to be on the bottom? Just kind of nasty, I guess. Nothing terrible. Ooh. Now, got something on there. I don't know what that is. But that looks like bug carcass there. But yeah, it is a rolled Shinky top. They did skive these down real good. Backstay, standard Puritan stitch, so on and so forth. It's a good pair of boots. It's got, I think these are Nicks. Yeah, it's got some Nicks Delta arches in them. As you can tell, they're get a decent bit of wear. Like the outside edge back here at the back is what they come as. This is what they wear into. This is kind of how the bottoms worked out. There was there's supposed to be a stamped in marking here, but I've clearly worn it off, so I don't know what size these are. I think they're 6 to 7.5, I think. You can tell there's some dog hair hanging off the sides too. But yeah, that's what I've been wearing. Besides these, it's been the Tahura Benjaminas and the reverse waxed black Merriam, and then the custom crafts in Cobell green harness. yeah, these are what I've been getting at. This is the Norwegian welt with stair welt or double welt. So it's what I've been wearing to the day on stuff that I don't believe needs work boots. That's probably that could be a fun video every now and then. Do the like what we've been wearing the last couple months check-in video. It's an idea for the future. Let us know what you think of that if you guys are interested in that kind of idea. Might even be a fun live if people show up and talk about what they've been wearing in their rotation more often in the last month or two. Might be a fun one too.
Probably need to plan these lives so that people can be on that want to be.
That's a fair point too.
On with no notice.
Yeah, that's a fair point too. So, but yeah, at some point I'll start including more in the collections. I just thought work boots would be an interesting one. The only pair of work boots I did not include in this, just because I've been using these for it, is I do have a pair of Nicks and Light Natural Dublin that were kind of my work engineers before this. So I didn't grab those. I'll do those as part of like, we do more of the collection. I don't know, maybe in the next one, if I do another collection video this year, it'll be like maybe all my Franks or something. Kind of thought about doing that for this one, but I think that might actually end up being 2 videos, because that's a number of pairs. Because like there's even pairs like over here, like, if someone asked me about like either of these 2 pairs, I would call these Franks at this point more than JKs. So because the only panel left of these that is anything to do with JK is just the uppers, and even then the backstays were actually oh no, I guess the backstays weren't replaced on these, just the covers. So also something you should never ever do, this is one of those things that's like, oh, let's do an all rough out boot, that will be cool. You see all the shit that's caught in the rough out boot? This is what happens when you do yard work in rough out boots. It's a terrible fucking idea. Like nothing about this is a good idea. I think it's concrete, if I remember right. Yeah, not a great idea.
There's a reason why traditionally they do smooth uppers.
Yeah.
Very good reason.
Yep. Not great. Nothing about that boot ever quite worked out right. So.
Future episodes, we could use ideas if anybody wants to share them. We do have 2 or 3 collection videos to do.
One of those collections. One of those collections is going to be 5 videos.
But getting all the photos in line and set up in order to do the video, it always takes more time than I think it will, and so we've been shying away and saying, well, we'll do it next time.
Yeah.
We've both been pretty busy, so summers usually aren't the busiest time for everybody, but I feel like I've been really busy. I know Mike's been really busy.
One of these days I'll show up and the whole beard will be gray, not just like the couple little fringes here or there. So, but yeah. All right. Well, let us know what you think so far. I know this is the Mike and Jeff collections have been asked for a lot. Like I said, we do have some other collections in queue. One of the individuals, you know who you are, sir. His collection almost needs 5 videos. Yeah.
His collection what?
Knob's collection. It almost needs like 5 videos. It can't be done in one.
Yeah, and that's one of the ones I'm talking about. In order to separate all those photos and to try to decide, all right, this looks like it's an hour's worth, then putting them in Discord so that they're ready to go takes a lot of pre-planning.
Mm-hmm. This is one of the reasons we started asking for them in Word docs. Is in Word docs, it makes it easy as a means where we can just pull the shared Google Doc up, have it there. I can maybe crimp out a little bit of text and wham bam body slam, Bob's your uncle, ready to go.
Hey,
So
maybe the next episode. I was saying earlier, I was saying on the live thing that I did, I'm going to be out of town for several weeks. So this video should get us to that point. And I got to get back and schedule something with Mike again.
that's the hard part, because while Jeff's soon to be out of town, I have been in and out of town, and going to be here again soon. So, woohoo. Corporate fucks.
All right, guys. Well, it was fun as usual, as always.
See you in the next one.
You got anything else?
Nope, that's all I got on this one.